The Detroit Pistons improved to 6-2 with a fourth straight win over the Utah Jazz, and Cade Cunningham has been absolutely special. Today's episode, we're going to break down just how special Cade's been in the fourth quarter. Let's go!
You are Locked On Pistons, your daily Detroit Pistons podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What's the deal? Welcome back to another episode of the Locked On Pistons podcast. Per usual, I am your host, Khahil. I've been covering the Detroit Pistons for the last 4 years for the Locked On Network, been a credential media member over the last 3 years, and I appreciate all of you guys who make Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We are free and available on all your podcast platforms. If you haven't already, head to the YouTube channel at Locked On Pistons, hit that subscribe button, or leave us a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. That's another great way to support the podcast, and today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Head to FanDuel.com to get started today. Later on, we will discuss this Jalen Duren that we are witnessing this year is absolutely going to be worth the max rookie extension. And then also we'll discuss Stu and Ausar Thompson, both of them just coming through defensively, along with Ron Holland, few guys that we're going to shout out in this game and how well they've been playing. But man, look, the Pistons win this game. They beat the Jazz 114-103. They've won 4 straight now. They are now 6-2, and it feels so long ago that people were panicking after the first game, that first loss to the Chicago Bulls, and now the Pistons are currently second in the East. They're 6-2, and they are playing very good basketball on both ends of the floor. They're playing very well. So it was a great win. But there is a player, and I think we all know who he is. The superstar, the face of the franchise player, the paradox, is that what the Twitter account tweeted out? Smooth criminal, whatever nickname you want, Icewood, whatever the name you want to use for Cade Cunningham, the nickname you want to go with. That dude was so special tonight that we can't even, I can't even talk about this from just like a team perspective. We need to spend an entire segment just talking about the Pistons superstar that is Cade Cunningham. Guys, I don't think people, like, what Cade did in this fourth quarter was so special. Every single time he touched the ball in the last 3 minutes, he was getting an MVP chance. Cade was so special in this fourth quarter. I witnessed him take a heat check 3 from the logo. I have never in Cade's 5 years, I'm confused now whether it's 4 or 5 years. I think it's 5 years now. Either way, I have never seen Cade take a heat check 3 in my life. Cade was so hot that he was crossing half court. On one possession, he let a 3 fly, another 3 fly, and then tried to go to the rim and get another highlight. Like, he had a full possession worth of heat checks just because of how special he was in the fourth quarter. Going into the fourth quarter tonight, he had not played well. He was shooting 5 of 13 from the floor. He had 12 points. Wasn't efficient. The Pistons were winning, but Cade wasn't having the best game. And then in the fourth quarter, this dude turned into the best player in the NBA in the fourth quarter. 19 points in the fourth quarter. 19 points. He played the entire fourth, by the way. Entire fourth. Again, the Jazz try to make it close. Yet again, another team tries to make it close in the fourth quarter versus the Pistons, and the Pistons' best player just slams the door shut on them. This is now like the third or fourth game Cade has done this, where the game is close. The Pistons have been in control of the majority of the game, but then the other team tries to make it close. They cut it to a 6-point game, 7-point game, 5-point game, and then Cade just slams the door shut on them. 19 points on 8 of 15 shooting, 5 of 9 on twos, 3 of 6 from deep, 63-2 shooting. What I love maybe the most about the fourth quarter, by the way, from Cade, is that he went back to his midi. I know that I've asked him questions before about trying to have a better shot selection, getting to the rim more, and taking more threes. And that is true. But Cade is still a mid-range assassin, and he should still be going to that. That should still be something, a main part of his game. I like the fact that he's spoken about how it's helped him, how he's taking more shots to the rim, it's increased his efficiency. That is all true. But he still is a mid-range assassin, and he still needs to go to it when everything else maybe is not there for him, because he can just destroy guys from the mid-range. That's what he did in the beginning parts of this fourth quarter. He was just getting to the mid-range, raising up over guys, and just blooding in their face. But I kind of want to move on from just this fourth quarter, because yes, he ended up with 31 points with 19 of them happening in the fourth quarter. Turned what was going to be an inefficient, bad night into just an otherworldly night. He finished with 31, 10 assists, and 3 rebounds, which again, 3 turnovers. We are continuing to see him keep the turnovers down. I said last podcast he had 1 turnovers a game over the last 4 or so games, and I was like, look, he's going to have more than this. You can live with 3 turnovers. It's once you get to the 5s, the 6, that's when it's like, okay, you're doing too much. 3 turnovers, that's taking care of the ball. That's a 3-to-1 turnover ratio with 10 assists. You take that. He's taking much better care of the basketball and the post-game presser. JB spoke about this. He said he feels like he's just making this more simple read. He's not trying to hit the home run pass every single time. If you guys have been subscribed to the Substack, which, by the way, there's a 50% off deal subscriptions. Today's the final day to get $3 a month or $30 a year for that. I'll link it down below. But if you've watched some of the breakdowns over on the Substack, I've broken this down multiple times where Cade, a lot of his turnovers come from him trying to make the home run play to the roll man. He'll try to look off the weak side defender with his eyes and try to dish this pass to this roller. And sometimes it does result into a crazy play. But then other times he's kind of forcing when that simple pass to the wing is wide open. You can get a 3. You can get an easy pass. It doesn't have to be a home run every time. So I thought that was a great point from JB, and you're definitely seeing him get rid of the ball faster versus traps versus blitzes and just being smarter about this. But I want to move on, like I said, just move on from this fourth quarter. Let's look at the fourth quarter from the whole year with Cade. Guys, if he keeps playing like this in the fourth quarter, he will – it's very early in the season. I get it. If he keeps playing like this in the fourth quarter, he will win Clutch Player of the Year. He is averaging 12 points a game in the fourth quarter. You guys know how insane it is to average double-digit points in any quarter? You know what would happen if you averaged double digits in every quarter? You'd average 40 a game. Averaging double digits in any quarter is crazy. He's averaging 12 in the fourth. He's shooting 50% from the field in the fourth. He's getting to the free throw line 3 times a game in just the fourth quarter. He's shooting, 45% from 3 in the fourth. He has a true shooting percentage of 62% in the fourth quarter. And not only is he balling individually in the fourth quarter, these have all been very critical buckets. Not the Magic game. The game, I'm forgetting who was the game after the Magic. My goodness, why am I forgetting who they just played? Well, we can start with the Jazz game. This game right here. Close the door on them. Shut the door. Close it out for the Pistons. These points are mattering if my phone will load so I can remember. Who was it? Oh, the Grizzlies, right? It was the Grizzlies. Grizzlies game. Slammed the door shut on them. The Mavericks. Slammed the door shut on them. The Magic. I know it was a blowout, but in the second half, he slammed the door shut on them. He is playing like a superstar. An absolute superstar in the fourth quarters. And I know I've brought this up before, but we have to keep bringing it up as long as he continues to look this special in the fourth quarter. Last year, a lot of fans' complaints was how he played in the fourth quarter. We talked about this last episode. I believe he averaged around 6 points a game, shooting like 41% from the field in the fourth quarter last year. It was something he needed to improve on. He spoke about it in his exit interviews that he wanted to improve his conditioning. Trajan Langdon spoke about all offseason that they were going to work on his conditioning all summer so he was ready in the fourth quarter to attack and carry the load. JB Bickerstaff's talked about it all offseason. We heard it all offseason. And now we are seeing it play out. He has been coasting through the first few quarters. He lets his teammates go after it. Now, I'm not saying he's purposely missing shots. He's not purposely missing the shots. You'd love to see him have like a better overall game where he's consistently this good throughout the entire game. Yeah, you'd love to see that, and I'm sure we're going to get that eventually. We've gotten that actually a lot the last few games. This game, not so much, but you guys get what I'm saying. A full 4 quarters of great basketball would be fantastic. But what Pistons fans wanted and what everyone wanted to see from him was be that superstar closer in the fourth quarter. Deliver the Pistons wins. Come through in the fourth of close games and deliver them wins. And he has absolutely done that to start this year. He has been the best fourth quarter player in the NBA this year so far. It's a very small sample size right now. It's only been 8 games. But he has been the best fourth quarter player in the NBA so far, and it's not close to me. He has been special in this fourth quarter. And also, by the way, while being impactful defensively. How many franchise players can you count on a single hand that is doing that kind of thing offensively and then also being engaged, being impactful defensively? How many guys can you count on one hand that can do that? The Pistons have one of them. He has been spectacular the last few games. Absolutely fantastic. I just saw a tweet that was going over his averages over the last just 4 games. I really want to pull that. I could pull the numbers up myself, but my PC would start. You guys know how my PC is. I need to upgrade my PC badly. It's not been great. But how about this? We'll just go over his last 4 games, and then you guys can figure out the averages since I've lost the tweet. Last 4 games: 31 points, 33 points, 21 points, 30 points, 10 assists, 18 assists, 8 assists, 10 assists. He is playing spectacular. This is the superstar the Pistons have. This is the top 10 basketball player that we were waiting to see this year. It's being delivered right here in front of us. 6-2 Pistons. A lot of it has to do with their superstar player closing them out. He's been just incredible, man. Incredible. Let me know what you guys think about Cade's season so far, how he's played in the fourth quarter to start the year. Let me know, comment section down below or over on Twitter at Khahil. Coming up, Jalen Duren, man. Look, actually, I have Cade's averages real quick. 28.8 points a game, 11.5 assists, 5.0 rebounds, 1.8 steals, 1.0 blocks on 50% shooting over the last 4 games. Special. Jalen Duren, though. This Jalen Duren right here, cinema. Pure cinema. Is he worth the max if he plays like this? I'll let you guys know now. Absolutely he is. Today's episode is brought to you by Gusto. Let's be real. No one starts a business for the joy of calculating tax withholdings or managing payroll spreadsheets. That's where Gusto comes in to take the stress out of your payroll, benefits, and HR so you can focus on running your business and supporting your team. Gusto is the all-in-one remote-friendly payroll and HR platform that makes managing your team simple, transparent, and fast. Whether you're hiring, onboarding, or paying employees, Gusto helps you do all of it from one place without the hassle or hidden fees. Unlimited payroll runs for one monthly price, which means no surprise charges at the end of the month. And knowing you can reach certified HR experts anytime give you a real peace of mind. Try Gusto today at gusto.com/lockedonnba and get 3 months free when you run your first payroll. That's right, 3 months of free payroll at gusto.com/lockedonnba. One more time, that's gusto.com/lockedonnba. You get 3 months of free payroll with Gusto. So I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. Free and available on all your podcast platforms. Hit that subscribe button to the YouTube channel. Leave us a 5-star review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. Check out the description down below for the Substack. Again, today's the final day that the 50% off deal is active. You can get a membership, or a subscription, I should say, for just $3 a month or $30 for the year. You guys get all the written breakdowns, all the film breakdowns I have coming to you guys almost daily. Over on the Substack, we'll have another breakdown coming to you guys over this game, hopefully within the next 24 hours, but I've been a little busy, so they've been taking more close. I'd say closer to 36 hours. But I'm going to try to get out in the next 24 hours. Check that out in the link down below. But Jalen Duren, man, he has been something. You should really, the Pistons' young core in general has been something else. I said before the year started that banking on every single young guy taking a step forward is going to be tough. You don't see it happen very often. Every single guy taking steps forward, it's tough to see it. You may get one guy, 1.5 maybe. You may have a guy that gets slightly better, but nothing crazy. But banking on all of your young core taking a jump in one season is just it's usually, history tells us, it's just unrealistic. Not for the Pistons, apparently. The Pistons are seeing Cade play well, but he took his jump last year. He's been great this year, though, obviously. Then you got Stu, who we'll talk about later. You then have Ausar, who we'll talk about later. You even have Ron, who we'll talk about later. And now you also have Jalen Duren playing the best basketball of his career and being the most impactful he has ever been in his career to this point. This is the best we have ever seen Jalen Duren play in his career. In this game, he had 22 points and 22 rebounds. He was on track for a 2020 game by halftime. At halftime, when his stat line, you were like, oh yeah, the 2020 game's on its way. He already had 18 and 10 at halftime. He was dominating. That's the stretch he had at the end of the second quarter, which was led, really, it started with Stu having like back-to-back-to-back blocks, then Ausar having a block, and then Ryan getting a steal. And all of them were finishing with Jalen Duren dunks or layups or Euro steps at the rim or a floater in front of the rim, which we're going to talk about. He was dominating the Utah Jazz. Fantastic game from him. And, look, listen, man. You guys know that this is something. I don't want to look at the game. Not just I want to look at the regular season stats. That's why I want Pivot Fade. Show me the regular season stats. Thank you. One of the things about Jalen Duren that we've brought up last year, that was a topic last year, was that the team looked better. The team was outperforming with Stu on the floor versus Duren on the floor. And that was largely because defense, right? The offense was good, but the defense wasn't, as good. So and the defense was so good with Stu on the floor that the team was better with him on the floor last year. We talked about that sample. And we talked about all off season, how that had to change if Duren was going to be worth this money that he wants. That if he was going to be the future of the Pistons, that has to change. The team has to be better with him actually on the floor, and they can't have this, this vastly different defense when he's on and off the floor. He has to be able to hold his own. Fellas, ladies, all listeners of the podcast, boy, is he answering that question. He is dominating that question. He is blowing it out of the water. That's not even a question as of right now. Through 8 games, the Pistons have been 20 points better with Jalen Duren on the basketball floor. They are beating opponents. I want you guys to listen to this. The Pistons are beating opponents by 14 points per 100 possessions with Duren on the floor. When he's off the floor, they're losing by 7 points per 100 possessions. So really, they are 21 points better with him on the floor through 8 games. The defensive rating through 8 games with him on the floor is 102.9 or 107.7, I'm sorry. 107.7 with him on the floor. When he's off the floor, 115.8. The defense has actually been better with him on the floor this year by a large amount, and the offense has been 14 points better with him on the floor. He has been dominant. He has dominated the paint on both ends of the floor. He's just flat out dominated the paint on both ends of the floor. Now, I think you're seeing something pretty interesting with him and Stu playing together. I'm still not the biggest fan of it because it turns Stu into this volume 3-point shooter. And last game we saw him have to take 8 threes, which he only made 2 of them. Stu's not, I love Stu, but he's not a high volume 3-point shooter. You don't want that to be what he's doing. And then in this game, he took 6 threes, only made 2 of them. Stu is good for 3 a game, maybe 4 a game, something like that. But when he's playing the 4 next to Duren, while the defense and the rebounding is demonstrably just crazy, the half-court offense at times can bog down because teams are helping off of Stu and they're kicking it out to him. And I like the fact that Stu's letting it fly. He has to. But if you're falling into the defense, allowing you to funnel 8, 9 threes to Stu within the half court, the defense is probably saying, okay, we'll take that. We're winning that. So that's the reason why I'm still not the biggest believer in it. But I bring it up to say having Stu next to him obviously helps him defensively. And he's credited having better defenders around him and helping him become a better defender. But I want to give him credit too. He has become a much more engaged defender. JB Biggerstaff in the presser, again, shouted him out because he said that they had a switch-heavy scheme against Lauri Markkanen on the perimeter. When he'd come off these pin downs, when he'd come off these off screens with another big, they were switching it. And Lauri did not have a good game in this game. Lauri shot just, what was he? He shot 3 of 12 from deep. Overall, he shot 8 of 12. And he credited JD for being really locked in on these switches. And he has been much more locked in this year. I still believe when he's pushed out to the perimeter, that's his weakness. But no player is perfect. And he still is just 21 years old. And he has to get better at that. Yeah, but I think at this point, he's shown me a work ethic to believe that, okay, he's trying to get better at this. And we've seen these incremental improvements defensively. So my overall point is playing next to Stu helps him. Playing next to Ausar for a full season helps him. Playing next to an engaged Cade on defense helps him. So now the defense with him on the floor, not only has he improved defensively, especially around the paint, he's playing with better defenders who are making his life easier. and the defense is really good with him on the floor. And then, when that's the case, when he is passable defensively, which he's been more than passable defensively this year, but my point is when he's just passable defensively, that's when you can just focus on what he's cooking up on offense. Guys, what we are watching from him offensively is special stuff from a five-man in 2025. What he is doing off the dribble on these dribble drives tonight, the way he moves at that size with that strength, how agile he is, how light he is on his feet, the balance that he has. It's special stuff. You don't see it from there's not many bigs that can do it like him, who is as athletic and as agile as he is. We saw him go to Euro steps multiple times in this game around the basket to finish at the rim. We saw him even go to he drove from the free throw line, stopped short, went for a one-legged floater, and hit it. We saw him just overpower guys on dribble drives, just finish through them. We're seeing him average double the amount of free throw attempts as he did last year. Last year he averaged 3.1. This year he's averaging 6.1. He's doubled his free throw attempt volume through 8 games because of how aggressive he is at driving to the basket. He's not turning the ball over as much. And oh yeah, by the way, I know he really beat himself up in the presser for missing 2 free throws. He made fun of himself a little bit, but he was being serious. He missed 2 tonight. But by the way, he's shooting 83%+ from the free throw line to start this year as well. So he's getting fouled way more because teams can't stop him going to the paint, and he's making his free throws. When he gets to the paint, he's dunking on everybody. When he's not dunking on everybody, he's using some clever footwork and balance to go to a Euro step finish over guys. By the way, his touch around the rim has been fantastic. It's been fantastic his whole career, but his finishing and touch around the basket has been exceptional. He has been, look, man, there's no other way to put it. He's been great. He has been absolutely great. This is exactly what you want from Jalen Duren. Him and Cade's pick and roll obviously is one of the best in the entire NBA. They have great chemistry. But when Jalen Duren is getting fed the ball with 6-7 seconds left on the shot clock and the offense is broken down, play broken down, and now he can just ISO another 5-man at the top of the key, and they're either too small to deal with his power or too slow to deal with his quickness, or they foul him and now he's going to the free throw line getting 2 points that way as well. How do you deal with that? And again, he's 21. 21 years old. He is 21 years old. And this is what he's doing. I can only imagine in 4 years, at 25, what he's going to be doing. It's crazy what he's doing offensively. And look, I'm going to make this clear. Obviously, I'm sure he is probably going to have some games coming up where maybe he doesn't look the greatest defensively. Maybe a stretch 5 gives him some problems. Probably will. He has to improve still defensively, but he's already showed improvement. He's not perfect defensively. There's areas he still has to improve upon, but he's improved already from where he was last year defensively. He's more engaged from the get-go. More engaged, locked in, defending the paint. And then offensively, he's doing something that is rare to see from your 5-man. To give you guys an example, or give you guys a better understanding of just how good he's been as a driver this year. As a driver. Last year on drives, he averaged 1.04 points per 100 possessions. Or not per 100%. I don't know why I always say that. 1.04 points per possession, all right? 1.04 points per possession. This year, so far to start this year, this might be the Pistons' most efficient offense. I'm going to go look through this. I'll give you guys the exact numbers in the next podcast. But a Jalen Duren drive might be the Pistons' best offense. He is averaging 1.41 points per possession on drives this year. His true shooting percentage on drives is 74%. You want to know what? This is probably the craziest part. His free throw attempts per field goal attempt is 1.43. He is drawing a free throw on more than 50% of his drives, along with having incredible finishes on his drives. I'm not joking. I'm going to dive into this. I'll have an answer for you guys next podcast. Jalen Duren drives might be the Pistons' most efficient offense. No joke, it might be their most efficient offense. That's how good he's been as a driver. It's crazy. This Duren right here is worth the rookie max. He is worth $30+ million if this is how he's going to play. He's been great. He's been absolutely great. And by the way, I know I kind of hit at it, but didn't really dive further into it. Obviously, he's like one of the best rebounders in the league, one of the best offensive rebounders in the entire NBA. The Pistons are a tremendous putback team, a tremendous rebounding team. Yeah, Ausar does a good job for his position, and so does Stu and Cade. But Duren is just dominating the glass. So all of that stuff we just spent, 9 minutes talking about? Oh, and also he just is one of the best players on the glass as well in the league. Like, he's playing like this, man. He's worth it, bro. This is a fantastic season from Duren, bro. He's having a great start. Don't know what else to say. He dominated the Jazz tonight, like just completely obliterated them. Let me know, comment section down below or over on Twitter at Khahil. How do you guys feel about how Jalen Duren has been playing this year? Do you guys feel like if he continues to play like this, he is worth the rookie max? He's worth $30+ million a year. Let me know, comment section down below or over on Twitter at Khahil. Coming up, it's not just Jalen Duren and Cade who are balling out. The rest of the young core has been showing up and showing out as well. We'll break it down coming up. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. The NBA is back, and there's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game and want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. It keeps every game exciting, especially when your team's making that late push. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. So head to FanDuel.com, sign up today, and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. And again, new customers get $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Sign up at FanDuel.com, play your game with FanDuel today, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. So I want to thank you guys again for making Locked On Pistons your first listen of every single day. We're free and available on all your podcast platforms. If you haven't already, head to the YouTube channel at Locked On Pistons. Hit that subscribe button or leave us a 5-star review on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on. That's another great way to support the podcast. Like I said, it's not just JD who balled out. It's not just Cade Cunningham who balled out. The Pistons' young core, this is about as good as you could have expected, right? Like I think this is about as good as you could have expected a development to happen early in the season. I mean, the Pistons are 6-2. They're 6-2. They're second in the East right now. It's very, very early in the season. But they're having a fantastic start to the season. This is their best start since the 2008-2009 season. Do you guys remember what happened that season? We're not even going to bring up what happened that season. Just know that, how old was I? Was I 9? How old was I? No, I was 10. Yeah, 10. 10-year-old Koo was crying on the way home from the bus stop when I was told what trade had went down. But anyways, we don't need to bring that up. This is their best start since then, and we can start with any other of the young guys. I want to start with Stu actually. So they said he had 3 blocks officially. They must have took one away because initially he had 4 blocks in the first half alone. In just the first half. I'm not joking when I say Stu might be the best rim protector in the NBA right now. This year, through 8 games, he might be the best rim protector in the league. I mean, he's only playing 24 minutes a game. The dude is averaging 2.5 blocks a game in 24 minutes a game. You know how absurd that is? 2.5 blocks in less than 25 minutes a game. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's absurd. It's just absurd. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's crazy. He's been. Anytime someone tries to go after him at the rim, like it's guaranteed a block. It feels like, and the best thing about it is that so many of, and I don't know if Stu. Actually, I should ask. Actually, I will ask him about this next game I'm at. I think I'm at another game this week. after a game if he's one of the guys that come post game. Stu's blocks stay in bounds, and I saw somebody, I think it was actually D. Lee, who we just had in the podcast last week for this preview. I saw someone tweet that, who is it that they were saying has the Dwight Howard syndrome? Is it Bona of the Sixers that they were? I forget who it was. It's a young big that was it's just swatting shots, but he's swatting them out of bounds. And the Dwight Howard syndrome, when they say that, is that Dwight used to, and I feel like it was effective. I feel like it sent a message and it did what he was accomplishing. But I understand why people, bring this up. But Dwight used to block shots so, aggressively. He would purposely, block the shot so hard to send it into the stands, give you no chance of getting a rebound or getting a transition attempt, just to send fear and let you know, don't try it again. If you keep, this is what will happen. And I do feel like that worked for Dwight. In his prime, people forget how great prime Dwight was, by the way. But I do feel like it worked for him. Now, it would have maybe helped if he kept them in bounds and they got the half-fast break opportunity, sure. But anyways, my overall point here is a lot of Stu's blocks stay in bounds. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. I want to ask him. But that it leads to, it feels like every single time, a fast break point for the Pistons. Whether it be an alley-oop for Ron or Ausar, or Ron finishing with a dunk, or Ausar kicking out to a Duncan Robinson 3, or Cade getting all. It's such a momentum-changing play, Isaiah Stewart block. An Isaiah Stewart block is like when you play Madden and they have the momentum bar at the top of the screen. You get a sack and all of a sudden your opponent's player art is all going crazy. You can't even see what's happening. That's what happens when Stu gets a block. Stu gets a block and all of a sudden everyone on the floor with the Pistons get plus 10 attribute ratings and they just go crazy. That's what happens. So it's just electric. And he played a great game. Stu continues to be extremely good and just, again, like I said, maybe the best rim protector in the NBA. Then you got Ausar, who just quietly ends the game with 18 points on 7 of 12 shooting, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, goes 4 of 6 from the free throw line. You will take 4 of 6. I will take. Actually, I won't say you. I will take 4 of 6. 66% from the free throw line is 20% better than what he's doing right now. This 46%. 66% would do worlds of difference for the efficiency he's doing right now with how easily he's drawing free throws. I'll take it. Easily. I'll take it. Along with a steal and a block in this game. He was where is it at? He was a plus 22 in this game, team high. Quiet game. I mean, it felt like a quiet game, at least to me. He got super aggressive as a driver and a slasher in that third quarter, really started to go after the Jazz and started to make them pay, had some really nice finishes, got to the free throw line, played really well. He absolutely had Keontae George in hell the entire game. He was full court pressing him the entire game. There was in the first quarter, Ausar had a play when they inbound the ball to Keontae George after the Pistons made a basket. He catches the ball off the inbounds and is just holding it down. He's trying to jab Ausar, get him off him so he can dribble up the court. And Ausar is literally, it looked like a 2K play when you start spamming X and your player is just constantly poking down with his hand. Ausar just poked at the ball twice, knocked the ball loose a little bit, then poked it away from Keontae, picked it up and then just dunked. It was an insane play. Dude, how? But he was pressuring him the entire game, full court pressure, and only finished the game, 3 fouls in this game? Yeah, 3 fouls. His defense was absurd in this game. Just the on-ball pressure was crazy. And then what he's bringing you offensively, I mean, Ausar has been so much better offensively this year, getting into the basket. He's been so comfortable with his handle. He's not turning the ball over like that. Ausar is having such a great year. He's breaking out this year. And then you have Ron Holland, who doesn't play as much as the other guys, but played 27 minutes or 28 minutes in this game. Had 9.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 of 7 shooting. Just, again, gets the free throw line a decent amount. He didn't get to the free throw line this game, but my point was that he's so aggressive getting to the basket that it feels like either you have to foul him or he has such good touch. Once he gets there, he's going to finish. He's electric in transition. He's a dog defensively. Continues to be electric defensively. He had 2 steals and a block. Between Ausar, Ron, and Stu, they had 3 steals and 5 blocks between the 3 of them. I mean, they're just, those 3 guys just set the tone defensively for the Pistons, and they've all been so good. And you're seeing this development from all of the Pistons' young core so far. It's crazy. I didn't know if it was possible to see development from everyone after one offseason, after a singular offseason, but you're seeing it. These guys are looking great, and they're 6-2 and playing extremely well. They are looking like one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. They're playing really good on both ends of the floor. So let me know, comment section down below or over on Twitter at Khahil, how you guys are feeling about the Pistons and their young core and how they're playing. They're trying to go for 7-2. They should go 7-2 with the Brooklyn Nets coming up next. Let me know how you guys are feeling. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you guys for making Locked On Pistons your first listen every single day. Free and available on all your podcast platforms. Hit that subscribe button to the YouTube channel. Leave us a 5-star review, whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on. And until next time, I'll see you guys there. Stay safe out there, and peace out, everybody.